and show that it shows you that as an owner, I have gotten the message. All right, so I'm just going to come here, Slack. All right, so this is just yeah, this is 749 urgent under processing issue claims, orders of being processed, I already need some blast for my travel. So already sending that message. It's might not be perfect right now, but of course you can always tweak this to make it perfect, right? So but that show you how automatically by just using the word urgent or by showing a notion of urgency, right, it's able to act immediately, right, and help. Okay, so now, but there are cases where we don't really have so much issue. Sometimes this customer is asking questions or making inquiries. So how do we how do we like how do we handle those type of how do you handle those type of issues, right? So to do that, we'll then also just take care of it and quickly. Let's see how fast we can do this before our time runs out. Okay, so for the other use case, so what we'll just do quickly is to leverage, so like I mentioned before, it's possible that in order to answer these questions, you already have a bit of some data that you want to use to get, let's say you made a list of questions, right? So I'm going to use Google Sheets. So Google Sheet also, once you have Google Sheets, once you have Google, let's say use Google Chrome or have a Google account, you can automatically authenticate your Google account. Very simple, right? So, and what happens is that when you authenticate your Google account, you have access to Google Sheets, right? And of course, Google Sheets, I think everybody probably knows how to use Google Sheets, right? And so I am just going to use the inquiry log template. So because I have already done, I had like the rows of sheets that I have like a document that has all this information, right? I think this is what I'm supposed to use. So let's assume you have an FAQ information. So don't worry, all these lists are just lists of questions that you've typed, right? Assuming that so all I need to do is come here and connect it. And of course, in cases where, let me just execute this. Okay, so I'll have to type a question that is just looking like an inquiry. So hold on, please. Let me just type a question. Do you make deliveries? Right. And yeah, but let me just execute the whole workflow. So because it's not urgent, as you can see here, I just asked the question, do you make deliveries, right? And then, automatically this guy defined and said, oh, this is not urgent, this is a normal question, normal product question. He didn't go into the urgent case. So there was no need for anybody to panic. There was no need for the agent, for the user to begin to make inquiries or begin to act, right? So he just went straight to this one. And of course, like I mentioned, so because of that trigger, this Google Sheets, so what we have here is actually a Google Sheets that had all this information, right? And we have taken our time as a customer, as the owner of the business, maybe we've taken our time to write out every question that could probably be asked. Now you've been able to send this to Google Sheets, and then with the Google Sheets here, we're extracting that information. And from that, we can see here that once that is done, we can then go ahead to aggregate this information. So information, what we're also going to do here is combine everything that we have into a list, a step. So now everything that we have as a combined, just so that it feeds the agent all the information it needs to be able to reply to users. That's what the aggregate step is doing. And after that, we can then also create another agent that his job is just to take those inquiries and reply to the user. So another AI agent, then call it an inquiry agent. Inquiry agents, and inquiry agent's job is just to, for every question that is being asked, I'm going to, so I think I'll be faster here because we are left of time. So it's still basically the same thing we'll be doing, right? Yep. Nothing so different from the things we've been doing before, but we're just creating several agents, different agents doing different things, and um, being able to perform our workflow. So I will just stop here, but then show like a brief demo of what this workflow should have looked like. So I know we just stopped at this point, but I think I've been able to really explain what all these things are doing. Right. So when inquiring agent gets this, what they now do is to, based on that inquiry, if the attention of the user is needed, right, an email is sent to, to the owner and say, hey, this person is asking for a type of bag, right? And then, an email is sent. Every interaction that had on the inquiry is logged to these sheets, right? And also, there's also a reply that would go to the agent for every inquiry that is made. So that's what basically is happening here. And then, so I am going to just run this, just the, okay. Okay, so let me just, so quickly run this now just to see, okay. So this is a particular question was asked here. The question that we asked here was, I already need some bags for urgent travel. How soon can I get this? Right. So urgency classifier has done its job. Urgency agent is, getting this, and then the message will be sent to the user. Another example that I would, want to just show here is a case where, yeah, so I just got the reply now. But another example I want to show here is, say, let's say the person asks, hey, I want to buy some bags for my travel and would like to know what types of bags you have so that we can see that, the agents. So I'm going to click on this and just click on play. So you can see now it's not urgent, right? So the question I asked here was, I want to buy some bags for my travel and would like to know the types of bags you have, right? So as you can see here, it's not urgent, FAQ, and then the reply came. This reply came, and in this case, they didn't need to send a message to the user, all right? And as you can see here, this is the message that was sent back. Hi, you catch it. Thanks for your interest. We shall like in travel by other tires. We'll confirm if the options are available to you. Right. So this was sent to the user. And of course, every information, everything that we had was logged to these sheets, right? And of course, we can always get a summary of the information. So for the summary part, I will just come here and show you what the bonus workflow looks like. So what's basically happening here is that every, let's say, 6 p.m., we do like a summary of the information. Let's say that there's some of the information. This was all the information that happened today, and these are all the questions I've been asking. If you remember, the questions I've been asking, and do a filter of all the. You can do a filter of only questions that was asked today, and then after which aggregate all that information here. We are aggregating all the information. Then we are sending all this information to another agent that now sends a summary email to the owner, right? And yeah, so that's just a brief summary of everything that we've done. So I'll just quickly show you some of the emails that it has been sending. All right, so this was the product inquiry information, product inquiry. So cases where you need attention by the user, and this was for everything for today, right? So imagine you have several customers. You don't need to really think too much, right? Because it has been logged, the AI can give that summary. You can then be able to organize a workflow and organize how you can treat your customers in future. Right. So that's all for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can we all give actually, a clap, like a round of applause? Can we have that clapping emoji, actually going buzzing right now? I know that this looks like, what can I say? This looks like intense spiritual dark magic to people. Because look at you, when you were actually, doing the demo, a lot of people were going bizarre in the chat, you know, what is this? I cannot understand this. I don't even know what is going on. I am lost. And it's it's pretty much because this is real world production grade build right here. Okay, this is real world production grade build right here. That's why it looks like you really cannot figure out what's going on, and because we are really pressed with time, so he had to. I'm even sure, like you can see that we didn't actually finish up ending part. He had to just show us, the overview of the total build, okay, because he didn't have time to fully build to the end. All right. I saw someone asking that can this be integrated on the website? This bot, this agent, right? Not even a bot, this is a multi-agent was actually integrated through Telegram. Okay. The owner gets notified on Slack. All right. And this agent is actually talking back to the customer on Telegram. Okay. So it's actually, sort of, you heard when it says that it has two brains. Okay, now a lot of people are saying, was this session recorded? Yes, this session is recorded, and you will be getting a recording. But this is just to give you a foretaste of what to expect when you join the program. And rightly so, because I mean, what do you expect? You don't expect like something really, really like just the average salary of an AI engineer, let's say an entry level, 0 to 2 years working remotely, currently is around 70,000 US dollars per annum. It's close to $6,000 per month. So that is serious work. You don't expect all of that to just fall on your, lap as, just something so easy like using ChatGPT. Okay, we are actually giving you the inner workings, the brains, the neurons to how all these major applications work. All right. So all the questions are going to be attended to. If not, in this session, when you join the program, Now, before I continue, for those that are already indicating interest in the program, I can see a lot of people already indicating interest. Okay, I want to join. I really want to understand how all of this work. Okay, now there is an interest form that is being passed by my colleague in the chat. All you have to do is click on that interest form right now, fill in your details, and join us right back. I think it takes like 15 seconds or 30 seconds. Just click on that interest form. It takes you to a Google form. Fill in your information and join us as I walk through the bonus that I promised for everyone waiting to the end. I know we short our time by about maybe 5 minutes or so. I'm going to be very, very quick and walk us through what we have for us, and we're going to be out of here in another 5 to 7 minutes. We will be out of here in another 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. So just fill in that interest form and then join us right back on this session. Now, I promise to walk us through, the current AI landscape, okay? The frontiers, what is really up for grabs? And we get the workflow just in the file too. So yeah, talk to me, you're gonna get, all the resources of this session as long as fill in the interest form. Okay, so we're gonna have your details, and we can send you the recordings and every other thing you need for the session.